What's up, fam? It's your boy Demuir here, purveyor of all sounds underground. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel today. I'll be discussing the topic of artistry versus aliases, and I'll get a little bit more into what that means in a second. But before we jump into things, what I need from you is that SLC. Hit subscribe, like, comment, and more importantly, hit the notifications bell to stay in touch with the new videos that we have coming. So, artistry versus aliases. What does that mean? I can't tell you the number of times that I get asked this question in my DMs and other social media platforms as to whether or not a new and upcoming DJ or producer should have different aliases for the different types of genres they produce or play in. So I'm going to share with you my overall thoughts on this, which is basically no. Keep to your artistry, keep the same name, and do that across all genres. But I have some pretty compelling points, I think, as to why you should be doing that. So point number one is to not hide your artistry. We're all complex people at the end of the day, and as artists we grow and change and get influenced by different things, and as a result it reflects in our art. So why would you change your name to make it more confusing from a marketing perspective for people to understand what you've actually accomplished? Point number two, it's the music that counts at the end of the day. People in this day and age really do not care if Demuir produced an Afro house track versus a tech house track versus a disco track versus a jacking track. At the end of the day, they all know it's me. I'm able to produce in each of those genres, and at the end of the day, they're really looking for great sounding music to include in their sets and to enjoy from a streaming perspective. So it really doesn't matter if you attach a certain alias to a specific genre that you're producing in. It doesn't change the fact as to whether or not the music is good or not. All right, so point number three, and it's been coming up in a lot of today's conversations about culture appropriation, etc. And I think each situation is unique in its own right. So my overall thought is not to worry about other people's opinions. You know, it's amazing to me that people who haven't necessarily done what you're trying to accomplish readily offer up an opinion as to what you should be doing, and in some cases how you should be doing it. And if you have an interest in tech house to jacking to disco house, that is really your prerogative, and you should not feel compelled to create an alias that meets and fits that specific genre. From a political perspective and a number of different conversations happening lately as it pertains to Black Lives Matters, etc., I think those are very individual based discussions. An artist comes up with an alias for very personal reasons in some cases. Other cases it's just more frivolous and they're not even thinking about their alias. And I mean, as long as people today are open to having the discussion on what may be too sensitive or what may offend certain groups or not, go for it. But when it comes to your artistry, you have full ownership of that, and you shouldn't be letting people tell you how and when to do things in your own way. And there you have it. Those are my thoughts on artistry versus aliases when it comes to either DJing or music production across the different genres in electronic music. Let me know your thoughts on this one. Please hit like, comment. I usually get engaged in a conversation within 24 hours of posting these videos, so I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Much love and respect, and before I go, make sure you hit subscribe and the notifications bell to stay in touch with the new videos that we have up and coming. Peace.